It had been 2 years since Evelyn died, or at least that's what everyone believed. Noah still wore his wedding ring. Every morning, he would make 2 cups of coffee, one for himself, and one he would pour down the sink after staring at it for too long. Grief had a way of making people keep routines, even the pointless ones. But that night, at 10:47 p.m., something changed. He was scrolling through his phone when a photo popped up on his feed. Laurie, taken at a cafe downtown. At first, he almost scrolled past it. Then his thumb froze. In the corner of the picture, sitting by the window, was the woman. Same face, same smile, same scar near the left eye. Evelyn. Noah's heartbeat stumbled. His coffee cup fell and chattered. The caption under the photo read, "Out with my girl, Leah." Leah. He didn't know any Leah. He only knew one woman who looked exactly like his wife, and she'd been buried 2 years ago. Hey dreamers, welcome back to Blessing Storyverse, where we don't just tell stories, we live them. Today's tale is full of mystery love twists, so grab your popcorn and let's dive into another chapter. The woman in the cafe. Noah couldn't sleep. The image kept replaying in his mind. Evelyn's face, alive, laughing, sipping coffee like nothing had ever happened. By morning, he would convince himself it was a coincidence. Maybe a look-alike. Maybe someone edited it. But deep down, he knew better. You don't make mistake. Person you love more than your own life. He dressed quickly, kept breakfast, and drove straight to the cafe from the photo. Harvest Lane Coffee. The barrister blinked when he showed her the image. "Sorry," she said, "we don't give out customer info." "I'm not asking for her details," Noah said, voice shaking slightly. "Just, does she come here often?" The barrister hesitated, glancing over his shoulder. "She was here yesterday, around 5. His chest tightened. "She will come back?" "Usually does. Same table by the window." Noah thanked her, sat down at the table and waited. Hours passed. The coffee grew cold. He almost left until he heard the door chime. A woman walked in. Same brown hair, same scar. But when she looked at him, her eyes were colder, detached. She froze when she saw his face. Then she smiled politely. "Sorry, do I know you?" Noah stood slowly. "Evelyn?" Her expression faltered for a second time. Then she laughed softly. "I think you've mistaken me for someone else. My name is Leah." Instead, "You looked exactly like my wife." She tilted her head, pretending to think. "I'm sorry for your loss, but I've never been married." Noah didn't believe her. He couldn't. And when she brushed past him to leave, he noticed something fall from her purse. A small gold pendant. He picked it up. Graved on the back were 2 initials. E.N. Evelyn Noah.
The pendant. Noah's fingers trembled as he turned the pendant over. The gold was slightly tarnished, exactly like the one he bought Evelyn on their first anniversary. He looked up, but Leah was gone. The door swung softly behind her. He ran outside, scanning the street. Nothing. Just a swirl of cold evening air and the faint scent of her perfume. Evelyn's perfume. By the time he got home, the pendant was still in his hand, heavy with questions. He dropped it on the kitchen counter and stared at it, willing it to explain itself. Then his phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. Unknown. "Stop looking for me, Noah. It's better this way." His heart stopped. No one else called him Noah that way. No one but her. He typed fast. "Evelyn? Is it you? Where are you?" 3 dots appeared. then vanished. Silence. Noah's grip tightened. He couldn't breathe. He grabbed his car keys again and went back to the cafe, hoping maybe, somehow, she'd return. But when he parked, something glinted on his windshield. A small note, tucked under the wiper. He unfolded it. Same handwriting. Same neat looping letters. If you love me, don't follow me. They're watching. His stomach dropped. They? He turned the note over, and on the back, drawn faintly in pencil, was a symbol he hadn't seen in years. 2 overlapping circles. It was their secret sign, from when they first met. Only Evelyn knew it. Not Liar. Noah's voice broke as he whispered, "She's alive." And somewhere across the street, unseen behind tinted glass, a figure watched him, smiling. The secret sign. Noah barely slept. The note sat on his nightstand, next to the pendant. Twin ghosts from a life that should have been buried with Evelyn. By morning, logic tried to reason with him. It's Leah. It has to be Leah. But logic didn't explain the handwriting, or the sign, or why he could still feel Evelyn's presence in that message. He drove to her old studio, the art gallery she ran before the fire. The building was boarded up now, the paint peeling, the memories rotting in silence. As he walked around back, something caught his eye. Scratched faintly into the brick wall, 2 overlapping circles, freshly drawn. His pulse quickened. He turned, scanning the alley, and froze. A woman stood at the far end, wearing a hooded coat. The morning light caught the edge of her jawline. Familiar. Too familiar. Evelyn? His voice cracked. The woman turned. For a split second, he saw her face. Then a car horn blared. She slipped into a waiting taxi, and was gone before he reached the curb. Noah's hands shook as he pulled out his phone again. "Please, just tell me the truth. Are you alive?" This time, the reply came instantly. "Meet me tonight, 8 p.m, at the pier." He stared at the screen, heart pounding. The pier, the same place he proposed. A chill crept down his spine. Was this a reunion? Or a trap? He didn't know which scared him more. The possibility that Evelyn was alive, or the thought that someone wanted him to believe she was. The pier, the wind at the pier was sharp, slicing through Noah's coat. The wooden planks creaked beneath his shoes as waves crashed below, spraying cold mist into the air. 8:03 p.m. No one. He checked his phone again. No new messages. Just the one that brought him here. He scanned the shadows. Every flicker of movement made his pulse jump. Then he saw it. A figure standing at the very edge of the pier. Long hair. The same posture. The same slight tilt of her head. "Evelyn," he whispered. She turned slowly. And for a moment, time froze. It was her. Or her mirror image. The same face. The same eyes. That something was wrong. Her smile was cold and deliberate. Not Evelyn's smile. "Noah," she said softly. "You shouldn't have come." His heart thudded. "Evelyn." Her smile twitched. "You used to call me that." He took a step forward, voice trembling. "I buried you." Her eyes glimmered in the dim light. "You buried someone. Just not me." He froze. The words hit like a punch to the gut. "What are you saying?" Before she could answer, footsteps echoed behind them. Heavy. Noah turned. 2 men in dark coats were walking toward them. Evelyn's? Or Liar's? Voice dropped to a whisper. "They found me. Run." "What? Who are they?" "Go!" she hissed, shoving him backward. Gunshots shattered the night. Noah ducked behind the railing as she disappeared into the darkness, her coat whipping behind her like a shadow. When the noise stopped, the men were gone. So was she. All that remained was a single earring on the ground. Evelyn's. Noah picked it up with trembling hands. his reflection rippling in the water below. "Who the hell are you?" he whispered. "The woman in the fire." Noah couldn't shake her words. "You buried someone." "Just not me." He replayed that night. The fire, the ambulance lights, the charred ring he'd been forced to identify as hers. It all came back like smoke, thick and choking. But if Evelyn hadn't died in that fire, then who had? He went back to the case file, long buried in a drawer. The coroner's report had been vague. Badly burned body, no dental records, identity assumed. He'd never questioned it. He'd been too broken to care. Now he wished he had. The next morning, he visited Dr. Harper, the pathologist who'd handled the case. The man looked startled to see him. "Noah, it's been years." "I just need clarity," Noah said. "The body from that night. Are you sure it was Evelyn?" Harper hesitated. "We were told to close it quickly. The DNA samples were never processed." Noah's blood ran cold. "What do you mean? Never processed?" The doctor looked nervous now. "There were instructions from higher up, said the husband wanted no delays." "But I never said that," Noah snapped. The doctor sighed. "Then someone signed it in your name." Noah's pulse spiked. Someone had faked his consent. He left the office with his mind spiraling. If Evelyn's death had been staged, someone powerful had helped make it happen. And the only person who could have forged his signature was her twin sister, Leah. He drove straight to Lia's apartment, heart pounding. The curtains were drawn, the lights off, but her front door unlocked. He stepped inside. The air smelled faintly of smoke and perfume. Photos covered the wall, most of Evelyn, some of both of them. But one photo stopped him cold. A photo of Evelyn, standing by a window, dated 2 months ago. Before he could process it, his phone buzzed. Another message. "You were never supposed to know." He turned toward the window, and there, in the reflection, a figure stood behind him. A woman, and she was smiling. The confession. Noah spun around, heart in his throat. The woman stepped out of the shadows, calm, confident, almost amused. "Lia?" He breathed. She smiled faintly. "Took you long enough." Noah's jaw clenched. "Where's Evelyn?" Lia walked closer, circling him like a predator. "You really can't tell us apart, can you?" "You never could." "Don't do that," he snapped. "Just tell me the truth." She stopped inches away, her perfume dizzying. "The truth." Her lips curved. "The truth is, Evelyn isn't who you think she was." He frowned. "What are you talking about?" Lia's eyes darkened. "My sister wasn't a victim, Noah. She was running from something. From someone. And she used you to do it." He shook his head. "No, she lied," Lia cut in sharply. "About everything. Her job, her name, even that fire. You think she died by accident?" "No. She set it up. With help." Noah's breath caught. "Help from who?" Lia's voice dropped. "The same people watching you now." Before he could react, she grabbed his wrist and pressed a flash drive into his palm. "Everything you need to know is on there. But once you see it, there's no going back." "Where's Evelyn now?" Lia's eyes flickered. "Alive. But not safe. And if you keep digging," she leaned in, whispering, "neither will you." A loud bang shattered the air. The window exploded behind them. Lia yanked him down as glass rained around them. When Noah looked up, she was gone. Just like that, all that remained was the flash drive in his shaking hand. And blood smeared on the floor where she'd stood. The flash drive. Noah sat in his car, the flash drive clenched tight between his fingers. Rain hammered against the windshield, each drop echoing his heartbeat. He plugged it into his laptop, took a deep breath, and waited. The screen flickered, Then a folder appeared. Evelyn Project Nova. He clicked. Inside were files, documents, photos, audio recordings. Most of them encrypted, except one video labeled Confession. He hesitated, then pressed play. Evelyn's face filled the screen. She looked pale, frightened, but her voice was steady. If you're watching this, it means they found me. And Liar, if she's still alive, she's part of it too. Noah leaned closer, his heart pounding. The company I worked for, Elysium Labs, it wasn't what I thought. They were experimenting on people. Twins. Genetic sequencing. I tried to expose them, but they came after me. The fire wasn't an accident. It was their cleanup job. I had to disappear. She paused, glancing off screen as if she heard something. Noah, I'm sorry. I had to make you believe I died. It was the only way to keep you safe. But if Liar finds you, don't trust her. She's working for them now. The video ended abruptly, static filling the screen. Noah sat frozen. The woman he'd loved, the woman he'd buried, had faked her death to save him, or to hide something darker. His phone buzzed again. Another unknown message. You shouldn't have watched that. He looked up. A black car was parked across the street. Headlights dimmed. The driver's door opened, and a woman stepped out, drenched, motionless. It wasn't Liar, it was Evelyn. Her eyes met his through the rain. And this time, she didn't look scared. She looked dangerous.
The last swing. The rain poured harder as Noah stepped out of the car. The flash drive still clutched in his fist. Evelyn stood under a flickering streetlight, hair plastered to her face, eyes like cold fire. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The world around them was silent. Just the storm, the memories, and the space between truth and madness. Finally, he said her name. Evelyn. Her lips curved into a half smile. You found it. The video? You lied to me, to everyone. I did what I had to, she said, voice flat. You wouldn't have survived the truth. Noah took a step forward. And Leah? She helped you fake your death. Why? What did you do to her? Something flickered in Evelyn's eyes. Guilt, maybe. Leah was supposed to stay hidden, but she wanted to be me. She always did. Noah's stomach dropped. What are you saying? Evelyn sighed. When Elysium started their twin project, they tested on us. Leah didn't survive the procedure. Not completely. He froze. Not completely. Evelyn's expression hardened. He rebuilt her. Noah. A clone. A perfect copy. But unstable. She wasn't supposed to remember anything. Then she escaped. He shook his head. No, that is not possible. Evelyn stepped closer, whispering. Then, why do you think she bled red when they shot at the pair? You can't kill what is already dead. Thunder cracked. The car behind her reversed. Noah's phone buzzed again. One last message, lighting up the screen. Leah, don't trust her. She's the clone. He looked up. Evelyn's smile faltered. Lightning flashed. For the first time, he saw it. A faint scar behind her ear. Surgical. Too precise. Noah's breath caught. You are not Evelyn. She froze. Her voice softened. I was. A gun clicked. His own hand trembling. Who are you? Her eyes glistened. The one who survived. Before he could speak, headlights exploded through the rain. Another car speeding towards them. He jumped aside as the vehicle slammed into her, sending her body flying into the storm-dark water below. The waves swallowed her whole. By the time rescue came, there was no sign of her. Not a body, not a trace, just the pendant she would once worn caught in the railing. Two overlapping circles, the same symbol he first found on that note. Noah stared into the black water, his reflection rippling beside hers, and whispered, "Which one of you did I love?" Weeks later, Noah received an envelope, no return address, no name, just a USB drive inside. When he plugged it in, a single message played, a voice that was unmistakably hers. "It's not over, Noah. You were part of the experiment too." Then, static, and the screen went black. And that's another chapter from Blessing Storyverse. If this story hit you in the feels, leave a like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Because trust me, the next plot twist is even crazier. Until next time, keep living like the main character. Bye.